this is Fat. First of all, my name is Bingo, commonly known, and Lyndon Woto, if you want to know my legal name. This is my business. This is Fab International Shipping, and we do Liberian shipping here. I also am a certified accountant, and I do taxes. And I just want to let my old clients know that I have a new number, and let it get back to me at the same address because I haven't moved yet. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, and you have a blessed
And welcome to Bullet TV. This is a special edition. Today, I will begin my documentary on permanent business, Liberian men in the Liberian community. And we have our first guest here. He will be introducing himself to you guys, and then we'll proceed with some questions that we have. So if you are thinking about getting into business, or if you ever been into business, or you just started, I want you to pay keen attention. All right, sir, how you doing today? Please introduce yourself to the Bullet TV audience, and we can proceed with this interview.
Well, first of all, I'm very grateful, for Bullet TV, coming down here to meet up with my business. Personally, my name is Lyndon Bingo Vaagbay. I'm from Liberia. Presently, I'm in Arizona for almost 25 years. That's a little profile, and that's basically all about myself right now.
All right, so you heard him, London Bingo Vaagbay, permanent businessman. Give us a little autobiography about yourself before I can get into these questions, because we need to know more what type of business you're doing and how can people contact you. At least a little biography about yourself or how long you've been doing this, so we can get into that.
Well, actually, by God's, first thing I'm going to say, thanks be to God for every successful thing that He put into my life right now. And I'm an accountant, professionally, and I do taxes and I do family and business taxes. And I've been in this business for the past 25 years, and here in Arizona for the past 20. So Arizona is my home, and it's pretty good business, and I appreciate the people that, helped me build this, and they are wonderful people, and I thank them.
All right, thank you. How long have you been in this business, and what are some of the up and downs in doing such business? And what qualifications did you get that prepare you for such business that you're doing?
Well, like I said, I think I went a little bit farther by saying, I've been here in this business for 25 years. But personally, I would consider this a gift from God, because actually I didn't go to school to actually do taxes.
Wow.
When I moved to Arizona, I figured, we needed help, to help my fellow friends and stuff like that. Then I have that experience. So I started doing it, and they became my pioneer and everything to my business. So that's how, I started doing that. And motivationally, what I would say is, wherever it is, it could be any goal that your mind is set up to, you can do it. It doesn't matter. Cleaning, cooking, whatsoever it is. Once it make money to, sustain you, and you like what you're doing and you love it, it's a good thing.
And then you left some things out. What are some of the up and downs doing such a business?
Well, the ups and downs it's like any other business. Business is win, lose, or draw.
Correct.
So that's how it go. If you go and put yourself into a situation, be prepared for the outcome. Outcome meaning, what if I fail? What if something happened or whatsoever it is? How can I get back? You understand? But it should motivate you. Your failure should motivate you to do something better. But the downwards, I won't say put it down, because every down you got to make it to be a up. So I look at it in a positive manner.
Thank you. You heard the man. Every down, you got to make it to be a up. The saying goes, it's not about how you fall, it's about how you get back up. All right. How do you stay on top of regularity and regulatory changes since you're doing taxes with the IRS? How do you stay on top of that?
Well, I was go back to again to my term I've been, with this business. So meaning I'm on top of things year by year.
So do they send like notices out, or do you go to find out where changes have been made to some regulatory issues with the IRS, or how do you stay on top of that?
Well, yes, I do. Like it is right now, technology has gone to the point where, actually I learn from my clients, So you got to be self-motivated to do what you do. So, yes, they do.
So they say like alerts out when there's changes in the tax regulation.
That's correct.
To only prepare, or you have to go on the website to get it yourself?
Well, yes.
Which one now?
Well, it comes out on your letterhead because you're a tax preparer.
Oh, okay, got you. Now, have you ever faced any ethical dilemma since establishing this business? Because sometimes we hear, oh, this tax preparer went through some ethical thing. Have you ever faced any, ethical dilemma since establishing your business?
Yeah, like I said, every business is ups and downs. So you always concentrate on the ups. Yes. There's been time where, I say, I try to give up because, you can actually have the finance, but you have to understand, in my personal view, management.
Okay, but this is what I was trying to ask, because with the when I say ethical dilemma, since establishing with the eyes, have you ever like went through any ethical something that they might have said, look, you violated this before, or because sometimes every business, sometimes there comes a time, just like you say,
Right.
sometimes they made some mistake somewhere along the line. So have you ever faced any ethical dilemma since you established maybe with the IRS or any business bureau?
Right. No.
Okay, got you. That's what I meant. Okay, how do you stay on top of deadlines when working for clients, different clients at the same time? How do you stay on deadline?
I'm very proud that, the staff that work with me, they're self-motivated, they help me become where we are right now. So, I count on that a whole lot. So we stay very on top of things.
So basically, for every client that time, you have a lot of staff that meet up with a deadline.
Exactly.
Why do you believe it is vital for consumers and businesses to maintain tax record for at least 10 years? Why do you think the consumer and the business will maintain the tax record for at least 10 years?
Well,
because you guys do the taxes, because I remember one time I came here, some people who have businesses, they didn't even get count any of the tax record, then they kind of went out to web miracle. So I said, why do you believe that it is important, for consumers and businesses to maintain the tax record for at least 10 years? Because that's what one of the tax preparers told me in our interview. So at least it's supposed to maintain it for 10 years, and in that way, when they come back, anything, then we can take it from there.
Well, business-wise, I'll disagree with that because wherever tax law that's passed, it's passed for everybody, being a business, private, or whatsoever it is. So individual, meaning. But, I would disagree on that.
So you don't believe that people should maintain the tax record of business?
Well, the tax law is passed 3 years, 3 years back. You
so
go back.
Change the law?
Well, I don't know if they changed the law. I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
That you don't believe that people should keep at least the tax record for 10 years, businesses?
Well, individually, if you want to, if you chose to, I think 3 years is better. Because that's what's required by law.
Okay, got you. Now I see where you're coming from. Okay, how will you assist a client who has overdue tax payment? Example, an individual or business who has overdue tax payment. How do you guys normally assist them? Like in your case, since you've been in it for many years, what do you guys do to assist them? So, because so many can be owing the IRA and you won't pay on time. Right. Many years past, then the fee, you're going to wear miracle when they bring it to you.
Exactly.
How do you,
every client that we have in, we come in here, and we take care of you individually. Wherever level it is. What I do normally is advise the clients, if you're a new client, I try to check your past records or whatever you have from before and see how I can help you in that manner. And then we start from there.
So if the person, for example, the client is overdue on a tax payment for many years, what are some of the advices that you give them? So, okay, my man, you've been owing for so amount of years. What are some of the example you probably give like a business or an individual? Let's say the two separate people.
Okay. Well, business wise, depending on the business that you have, they got small businesses, below 250,000 and whatsoever, which they have tax credit for. So if in that sense, which I normally deal with, I just have them, stay in a tax bracket. And, if they decide to pay their taxes quarterly instead of, getting the penalties at the end of the year, they can do that. That's the advice I give them.
So for example, if the person have, when they overdue on a tax payment, when they owe somebody, you can advise them like quarterly, they can just call the IRS and make a payment, or as they file the taxes, you tell them to make a payment.
Well, the best thing to do actually is just pay them right away instead of creating interest.
But sometimes, my man, sometimes some people can be owing plenty of money, even the income that they can be enough to pay. So
how do you assess that? I don't know, but I mean, basically, the IRS is just the IRS.
So either way,
you gotta pay something. Make arrangement.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right. Now, will you recommend that all married couples file their income tax return together, and why? If not, can they get in trouble with the IRS, or can they file separately? Since you're the tax preparer now, because many people will be looking at that. so many will file with a web there, so many won't file with a web there, but they won't get in trouble.
Right.
So the question here is, will you recommend? And so women do that's okay. They won't file with a husband, they won't get the money.
Right.
So will you recommend that all married couples file their income tax return together? If so, why? If not, why not? And will they be in trouble if they don't file together?
Excuse me. First of all, I would say, yes, I would encourage them to file together because, that's the filing status. You have to do that. You got to go by the law. And, and if you're going to file separately, that means you are separated from your spouse, and the spouse live at another address and you live at another address. That's separation.
So, because when you look at some of the tax filing, they get head of household.
But you have to file married filing separately because you still have that married filing status.
Got you. So, that married filing separately, right?
Right.
It means you and the person, you're still married, but you're not living together.
I don't know. Depends.
No, what you said.
Yeah.
Because people will need clarification because some people may still be living together. Because can you still be okay? Let me put it this way. Can you still be living with your spouse and still file married separately?
Yes.
And you will not get in trouble?
No.
Okay. So what is what head of household? Please explain that. What is head of household? So let's say your children are above 18, they're living in the household. You and your wife living there.
Right.
Can all of you in our household, everybody in our household, in the same household with the same address, file head of household?
No.
Okay, then in that case, what can they do?
Well, there can only be one head of household.
So whoever living in our home, who above 18, who working for the Senate, who everything
for honor that household.
Yeah.
Whoever is filing the taxes.
So okay, let's say the person live with you now, right? Let's say the person live with you, and you and your wife, you're filing maybe married, separately or married, right?
Right.
And then you have maybe like a child there, 23, 24, or the brother there. How can he file? And he have been living at that address for maybe over 3 years. How can he file? What will be the best status?
Filing status with him.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a wife? Does he have a family?
No, I mean, he's a single person, but he's living in the house. For example, sometimes you have a house, we the African, we have some
Okay.
brother, sister there,
Right.
can't live with, or they're doing their own job and everything.
Right.
They can't file head of household according to it because you can't be too many head of household in the
Right.
same place. How will you advise that person file?
Single.
Oh, okay, they file single.
Right.
Got you. So they can't file head of household once a year, but you can file single,
Right.
but not head of household because you can't have more than 2 head of household in the same house.
Exactly.
That's now you're getting from the expel. Somebody will be doing all that like that. The best thing yeah. So you'll go get in trouble. You all know. Okay. What are some of the strategies to increase client base and the strategy to maintain them? Because you've been here for a long time. I've been here. I see businesses that kind of go, but you've been here. What are some of the strategies you've been using to gain client, and what are some of the strategies to maintain them? Because gaining the client is another effort, but to maintain them is different.
Yeah.
What are some of the strategies you use?
It's a pretty tough thing, you know. What I would say is, it's just, being yourself and try to kind of motivate the people that come to me, basically, my clients, I will consider, I encourage them to go out there and educate other people on different stuff, So, and that's one of the main things. And then that I am, part of the African community, basically, from Liberia, you gotta kind of encourage your African brothers, educate them, not encouragement, and that's what I do at this office. I educate. I don't just get money. Once you educate them and they do better and better and better, your name go. Everybody name go. And things become beautiful.
That's a nice one. You hear that when you get business, not just the poor can take their money from them. You got to be educating them when you can. Tell them
Exactly.
to maintain them because you must know what you want to get.
Tell them why you're taking the money.
Why you taking their money?
You hear
from the
let them know. Let them know where your money going.
Vaagbay himself.
And that's it.
And Mr. Vaagbay,
right?
How is income tax charged? Is it charged for corresponding assessment year at the rate laid down by the Finance Act or for the assessment year in respect to the previous year? How is income tax charged? Because we just see the people be charging you because some people confused now. Because one of my friends asked me, well, in 2024, why you be charging me for 2023? How is that? We need that explanation so people can really know.
Well, on fees wise,
Is it laid down by the Financial Act of the assessment year in respect to the previous year? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, fees wise is a regulatory thing, with the state.
Okay.
With Arizona state, basically you can charge wherever you want to charge. You understand what I'm saying? But just make it visible to the clients.
When you say visible, which means what? Let them see it?
Yeah. Meaning, let them know exactly what you're charging them. So, and that's it. So I can speak for others on that point.
For your business. So when you charging client here, right? So you charge them based on what rate laid down by the Financial Act, or you guys just randomly pick fee to say, okay, you're charging the amount because when they charge some ridiculous thing,
which is definitely true. But yeah, no, it's not set like that. It's based on the work that you do for a client. And I'm gonna set an example right here. Let's say a client comes and he brings about 3 W-2s. Because back in the day, that's what they used to do. Charge us their W-2s. If you charge $50 per W-2, that's 50-50, and that's 150, and that's fair. And that's how normally I do here. But now it's based on individuals. How many W-2s you have?
So when you say based on individual, how many W2s do you charge a fee individually for how many W2s they bring still, or you not doing that? You get charged a bunch of fee for everything you got.
For everything, it includes the W-2s. That's what they brought the
So
taxes
the
to.
filing fee plus fee
Exactly.
individually for each W2s.
Right.
Where is the difference? When is the difference between the business? Okay, people, there are some people who don't work. They have their own business, for example.
Right.
Some people braid hair. Some people are mechanic.
Right.
Right. I think they file what we call 1099 form. Right.
Right.
How do you guys calculate or determine how they can get money back? They put the work doing their own business. Do they have to pay their own taxes on their own?
Well, what I mean, 1099s is like, a self-employed. You're working for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you're working for yourself. You're reporting the taxes to the government. So at the end of the year, I mean, is this all based on cash?
So wherever you pay to the government,
No, it's based on cash. It's based on how much you've accumulated for that year.
okay, how do the government determine that? Because if I work with myself, how the government know how much I make?
Oh, they know because you have a tax ID number. That business is registered.
Correct.
It's on federal registration too.
Yeah, but some mechanic shall where the manager is selling some book, you can't get a physical cash. So which one? How do they determine that?
How do they?
Because they got manager mechanic shall even though they register, but some book you can't get a physical cash, some book you can't get a check. And all the I want to know, how did the government?
You said the mechanic guy. I mean,
yeah, because the manager business, yeah.
Well, we're talking about
And then
taxes
the
right
person
now.
will pretend, because if the business is registered, they will say 1099 form, right?
Right.
Okay, it's not like other business where that business that you work for, even though you're a proprietor in by yourself,
Right.
they will say you something. But if you're working on your own and you register that business, they can say you 1099 form, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying when they say that 1099, is that when you report how much you made?
Who sent you the 1099?
The IRS.
How did the IRS get you a 1099?
What? That's what we're trying to figure out.
Why were you trying to figure out and you already registered and you have an EIN number that's registered with the IRS? So they know exactly
that you got a business.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying now. I understand they know you got a business.
Right.
How do they determine how much that business is generating? Yeah.
Right. That's a tough question because that's a tough question. Because I mean, it based on. If the business is his, you can put anything on there and say, hey, "This is what I made," and and that's what it is.
Do they verify even though you put it there by receipt, or how do they verify?
Now that's the verification that's going to kill you. See, that's the problem. You can do all that. They say, you know what, you can run, but you can't hide because they're going to catch you on that.
Anything you put on.
Right. So you're going to file that and then you're going to go, they're going to want the receipts. They're going to want the dates, where you did on that, and they want on everything. And that's when, you have to present those receipts.
All right.
Everything.
You heard the man. Before we come to the conclusion, and I gave the man a minute to do his closing, first tell the people the name of your business and exactly what type of business you do here, and maybe the location so people who will watch this video can know exactly where you're located at.
Well, this is Fab International Shipping. I do ship, and it's Bingo Tax Services. I'm an accountant down here on 1917 West Glendale Avenue in Phoenix, Arizona. So what I normally do here is ship to West Africa. I would say Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea, in majority. And I have a very beautiful staff here, and I want to say a very, very big thank you to for Bullet TV coming out here to talk to me. And I'm very, very grateful, and I say thank you too.
All right. You heard the man right there, London Bingo Vaagbay, down here on 19 in Glendale. You don't want to miss it. Mr. Vaagbay, thanks for granting me and permitting to come here to do this interview with you. One of the things Bullet TV does in this community is that we shine positive spotlight on people like you who are impacting the community. Okay. So I would like to say thank you. You have any final word for the people before we go?
Stay focused, stay positive. Every dream comes true only by you, and keep your faith.
Thank you. This has been a Bullet TV production. See you guys for the next interview.